Barack Hussein Obama has a hard time relinquishing his role of being the president, and since leaving the White House has continued to act as such and expect certain entitlements. Michelle Obama is no exception to this entitlement mentality either, and in some ways, she's worse, as she endlessly travels the globe and expects to be treated like a queen. For 8 years, she genuinely thought she was royalty. Now that she's a regular citizen, she's having a hard time of letting go of her former status as the failed First Lady, and keeps trying to push her way into every major social scene where she doesn't belong and is apparently not invited. When she heard the news that Prince Harry was marrying a black American girl, she assumed it was her and Barack's place to be on that guest list, which has to be approved by the Queen of England herself. Michelle made a desperation move to sneak a spot on that exclusive guest lister, and as soon as the real Queen found out what the wannabe royalty did, she delivered a brutal beatdown that was definitely deserved. As soon as the big news about the royal engagement of Prince Harry and an American actress Meghan Markle was announced, the Obamas saw an opportunity to edge their way into the elites, like a couple of desperate kids trying to hang with the popular crowd at school. Barack immediately got on social media to beat President Trump to the congratulatory punch. He has a lot more time on his hands than the commander-in-chief, who is busy cleaning up his mess. Barack practically stalked the prince on Twitter and made a post within seconds of the news coming out, which perhaps had an undertone of letting the royals know that he and Michelle were available that day to attend. Despite practically begging to be invited, the British government is actually begging the royals to refuse the Obamas on their guest list for the much-anticipated wedding set for May 19. The Obamas can thank President Trump for that, which will surely not sit well with the entitled pair. The Sun reports, government mandarins are urging Prince Harry not to invite the Obamas to his wedding for fear of infuriating Donald Trump. Harry and fiancée Meghan Markle have told aides they want the former U.S. president and wife Michelle at their big day on May 19. The 33-year-old prince has become good friends with the Obamas since bonding with them during the Invictus Games. But Britain's relations with Trump's White House have sunk to their lowest ebb since his election last year. The property billionaire does not hide his loathing of Mr. Obama and is expected to be enraged if his predecessor gets the coveted call-up when he won . The young royal couple's dislike of the new president is well known. Meghan made disparaging comments about him on social media during his election campaign last year. There are deep fears among senior Foreign Office and No-10 officials that another perceived national snub will make it impossible for Theresa May to meaningfully engage with Trump. A senior government source said, Harry has made it clear he wants the Obamas at the wedding, so it's causing a lot of nervousness. Trump could react very badly if the Obamas get to a royal wedding before he has had a chance to meet the Queen. Conversations are ongoing about, and ministers will eventually have to decide. If the PM lays down the law, Harry will just have to suck it up. As the wedding is not a state occasion, the government only have a consultative role in its organization, and heads of state will not be invited. The guest list is instead being drawn up in full by Buckingham Palace rather than the Department of Culture, Media and Sport, which presides over national events such as state funerals. Michelle has been making the speaking engagement rounds lately to rack in hundreds of thousands of dollars to trash Trump. Her recent trip to Canada was no exception, as she combined it with the hidden mission of getting to the royal wedding. The former First Lady had been invited as the keynote speaker in addressing the Economic Club of Toronto, when she deviated from her planned remarks to double down on her and Barack's desperate attempt to kiss up to the Queen of England. According to Page 6, Michelle took the opportunity to make fun of President Trump, then immediately gushed over the Queen. Both conversation deviations had no place in an event like this, but for calculated Michelle, it has a passive-aggressive purpose of saying that Trump wasn't fit for her guest list, but since she loves the Queen so much, she should get the spot. After being introduced by Canada's First Lady, Sophie Trudeau, Obama told the crowd that it is never a good idea to put your first thought in the morning on social media, and never a good idea to tweet from bed, which appears to be one of the president's favorite pastimes, presuming that he is actually in bed when he tweets at 3 a.m., Page 6 reported. Going on about effective communication, and the importance of doing drafts, Obama went on, then you need to edit and spell check it. The 45-minute conversation, hosted by the Economic Club of Toronto, flowed into a bunch of amusing side stories, including her memories of being awestruck when meeting Queen Elizabeth of England. "What do you do with the Queen?" "I touched her. She touched me first," she said, adding that her dream dinner guest would be Jesus, whom she'd serve pizza. It's well known that the respect, proper etiquette, and holding a high level of decorum is important to the royal family, and by painting a picture that Trump can't control himself, Michelle thought she was making him look like a bad person to have at the wedding. Michelle may think she's royalty and even try to act like it, but she's got nothing on the actual Queen of England, who's the real deal. The Queen does what she wants, which hopefully means that she kicks her off the coveted guest list too.